shirts, mugs, fancy shiny pins.
Oh my goodness. Make sure you guys grab your fun souvenirs and join us as we talk about all that and more on this episode of My Disney Addiction
My Disney
Podcast.
Addiction Podcast.
Greg, cut me off. Cut me off, man.
Hey, I wanted to say it with you because it sounds so cool when both of us are like in sync.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
Bye, bye, bye.
Okay, don't do that.
Come on.
All right, you guys.
Favorite boy band, NSYNC.
No, Backstreet Boys is better.
No, NSYNC all the way.
No,
all the way.
you
man.
and my wife are very wrong.
Do not at me right now, okay? It's NSYNC.
All right. Hey, guys, it's Chris with My Disney Addiction Podcast, your number one ghost host. And we have, of course, the one, the only, the great, the magnificent, the incomprehensible, the indubitable, the regular guy, I guess.
Oh man, okay. You were puffing my chest up. I was getting all like, oh wow, okay, you're really talking me up now. I'm just your Disney detective, folks. Co-host Greg of My Disney Addiction Podcast. What's up?
What up? Hey guys, so today we are going to be having some fun. We are going to be talking about souvenirs. What kind of fun things do you guys like to collect or buy or bring home or buy for your friends or family, kids, significant others, your imaginary friend, whoever in your life that is important to you or yourself or your imaginary friend?
Hey, they're just as important, okay? Do not forget them. And did you know, fun fact, that the French word souvenir is actually almost a straight derivative of souvenir in the English language. So souvenir means memory. So souvenirs, what do you get to elicit memories of good times? And let me tell you, I have a lot of souvenirs from Disney.
Oh my goodness.
That
sounds like it. Man, that's a little too fancy for my blood. All right, y'all. So let's talk about some souvenirs that you've got, I've got. I don't have them all here just because I'm at my kitchen table and it's one of those high top ones, so it's not super long. So I don't have a whole lot of space. But let's kind of talk about some of those things, Greg. So for me, one of the big things that I always get every single year when we go down to Disney is I need my Disney coffee mug. And
okay.
let me think, I probably have recently, because some of them have broken over the years. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I bought one, my Infinity Gauntlet one that I keep at the office.
Dude, that one caught my eye from day one. That's awesome.
Everybody at the office loves that one.
Well, who doesn't? It's great.
Yeah, one of our managers, Mike, whenever we have a meeting with him, I walk in, he's like, okay, just don't snap your fingers, Stanos.
Nice.
So it's funny, good times. So one of my favorite things is coffee mugs. I'm a big coffee drinker. So having different options. My go-tos generally are the Jack Skellington mugs. I love the Nightmare Before Christmas ones. They're super cool. I do have a few other ones, Mickey ones. My wife has a Tinkerbell one. I bought my parents, Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse when they're like all like trying to keep their eyes open like super early in the morning.
Oh, sure. Classic.
So my
all the way.
in-laws have a lot of coffee mugs as well, Grumpy, Piglet, things like that. So coffee mugs for me is just one of those ones that are always nice to have just because it's like, okay, which one do I want? Which one do I want? Because, sometimes you're just in a different mood for something, Am I feeling like Jack Skellington today? Am I feeling Avengers? Am I feeling, just a regular Mickey cup? And I don't know. I just like them because, I don't know. I just like coffee mugs. I think they're really good, and I like collecting them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm totally with you on that. I mean, I think with mugs, it's a great way to express your mood and also just your personality. Because every day, people drink every day. Why not put it in a fun little ceramic cup that just happens to be designed in some Disney fashion?
Exactly.
I mean, come on. See,
what about you?
I get you.
Is coffee mug your thing? Do you like the coffee mugs, or is it Because you're not a huge coffee drinker.
Right. I've gotten better
since I got you onto that Bears Brothers.
Oh, Bears Brothers, man. The chocolate raspberry flavor. That's the best. I love
I
it.
don't know. That
Yeah,
banana nut bread is really good that I got.
I know. I know. Yes, especially with your what was that fancy way of
Oh, my
dipping?
pour over, my
Yeah, the pour
V60.
over.
Yeah,
Oh, the V60. Dun dun dun. Sounds so
V60
epic.
pour over, especially with the
It works.
scrambled eggs and some nice grilled mushrooms and tomatoes.
Ooh, ooh, yeah, taking me back. That's right. But honestly, though, even before I drank coffee, I loved mugs just to put orange juice in, water, juice. So I actually have quite a collection of mugs. I think I have maybe 5 Disney mugs, but overall I have like 10 plus that are just like not wasting space in my cupboard just because, well, I use them all in like a varying cycle. But yeah, I would say mugs are one of my top things that I would love to collect just if I was going down to Disney World or if I was, just going to any place in general. But my number one go-to Disney souvenir that I would always try to get and still do is a Disney pin. So I was a Disney pin collecting and Disney pin trading fiend when I was a kid back in like the early 2000s when, it hit the scene. That was like probably one of the just things that just exploded at Disney World. All the cast members were wearing lanyards. All the kids were wearing lanyards as well. They were going up, they were trading. So I love that mentality. Definitely helped me break out of my little introverted shell as a kid. But over the years, I've accrued so many in pin trading as well as purchasing that now, even though I'm not really in the pin collecting mode, I still love pin trading mode. I still love collecting the pins. So I try to get at least one pin per trip. And then if something else speaks to me, like mugs or even a Disney shirt, hey, I'll throw it in. YOLO, it's Disney.
Nobody said YOLO in years, but
Hey, I'm bringing it back.
yeah,
YOLO.
no, I definitely agree. I was into pin trading too. I have
Oh, you were?
a couple of pretty cool looking pins. I never got into it too terribly much. Like I didn't get like all the rare ones and like try to spend the money on those, but I did like the pin trading idea of it. It was fun. I didn't do it on my, huh?
Oh, I said it's like a huge community.
Yeah,
You know?
I haven't actually. I didn't do it on my last trip when we were down there, so I don't know. I just haven't done it in a while, but I definitely get the pin trading thing. To me, it was just one of those things where it's like I keep it around my neck, it gets heavy, weighted down, because like I like those big ones, like those. I don't know.
Jumbo pins. Yeah. But every so often, I mean, for me, obviously, I want function over form. So especially when you're down in Disney, it gets hot. You're walking miles and miles and miles a day. I don't want pins to drag me down or to like keep hitting my chest and getting bruises, just because you have so many pins on it. I see people wearing like 5 lanyards with like 20 pins per lanyard or even like wearing full-on vests. I'm like, you guys are like a whole new level of pin collectors that like I respect, but I'll never
get
get
there.
on. Yeah. So I mean, it's cool to see, but I'm like, props to you, man. I'll never do it. But as I'm sure you know, and maybe some other people who are listening to this, I have 4 younger brothers. So back in the day when we were a little bit younger, and as we were getting ready and excited to go on our Disney trips, my dad, he would buy lots of pins on eBay, just like hidden Mickeys, little small ones. And they'd come, and basically what we would do is we would do like a Disney pin auction to where we would all like sit around in a circle, look at all the pins that my dad got off eBay, and then we just like write down like the ones that we wanted from like most to least, and then we would just sort of delve out the pins to all of us just so we had some type of pins to trade down there. Because when I was younger, like ages 7 to 12, I like constantly just went through my current collection of pins, and I loved all of them so much. It was so hard for me to like pick which ones that I wanted to trade for something else. So I've had some pretty like just rough trades that I look back, I'm like, why did I do that? Like I loved giving away that. I love that pin so much. Why did I give it away? I know. So it's so difficult for me to actually give away pins that I've collected to trade for others. So it was really cool that my dad bought lots of pins on eBay that we then were able to have when we went to the park, so we could trade and then get better pins in our opinion. So that's sort of my experience with pin trading. Huge, lovely set of memories, just really attached to it. And I think that will always be my number one go-to souvenir whenever I go down to the park.
Well, I remember one when I was a kid. I don't know if you did this at all, but when I was a kid, my parents would get us those signature books that you could have all the characters sign in and stuff like that.
Sure.
So my parents still have some of those ones that we kept throughout the years.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. So eventually, like probably next time I go with my family, I'll get some of those so my daughters can get those all signed by the princesses and the princes and the characters. So that'll always be a fun time. And it's one of those nice things where kids can keep them, and it's just like a fun little thing. I remember keeping them up on a dresser because I thought they were the coolest little things ever.
Yeah. Did you have like a favorite signature in your book?
Probably Pluto. Pluto's signature was always
pretty cool.
Really good.
Yeah.
But all right, yeah, that's kind of one of my things. Not much more behind it than that.
Hey, no, still a good story. My family wasn't crazy about character meet and greets or signature books. I think one of my younger brothers had a signature book. Didn't fill it up, but I think definitely had a couple of signatures there. I know we mentioned him a couple of times. One of our coworkers worked at Disney as Flynn Rider, and so one day, this still is one of my like top days in the office. He wrote the Flynn Rider signature on a note card and he gave it to me. I still have that thing pinned up at my office.
I remember because he actually wrote it out for me first, and I showed him like, look what he did. You were so jealous. You were so jealous. And then I was like, hey, go look at your desk. And the amount of excitement you got was like, ooh.
I know. I almost like fainted. I was not expecting it, so thank you for that. I think you like hit it.
I hit it under your
keyboard.
Under your keyboard, or was it under your pad?
Okay, yeah. But oh man, one of my favorite days at the office. Was not expecting it. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's insane, man.
Yeah.
So, what else do you got besides that? So I kind of said like those things.
Yeah, I think it's just little one-offs, like little tchotchkes that really remind me of a specific instance at Disney. So for instance, I have like an Indiana Jones Stein that I got after I was an extra in the Epic Stunt Spectacular. So I really love that, and I wanted to sort of memorialize it. So I got that. I really haven't, drinking out of it. It's more of just a souvenir, nice thing to put on my dresser, and then sort of just reminisce whenever I look at it. Other ones I have, of course, Disney pins that are a little bit more special to me. Like this past trip, I'm pretty sure I told you I met Paige O'Hara, who was the voice of Belle in Beauty and the Beast. She's now a Disney fine artist. So I was able to find her table and sort of come up to her, just pretty much fangirl out. But I had two Beauty and the Beast pins, actually right here. I had two Beauty and the Beast pins, and I asked if she could sign them. So Paige, and then Paige up top. I don't know if you can see it. And
there
then
you
on
go.
the bottom, it says Belle.
That's so cool, dude.
Is a stained glass rose, and the other one is just Belle reading a book, and then it has Paige O'Hara.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
you got to keep those, dude.
Oh, treasured. I actually really.
I would put them in like a little glass box or something.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm thinking about getting a shadow box at like a craft store and just hanging these puppies up. So really, really close to my heart. And actually, these are the most recent souvenirs I got for my most recent Disney trip. So, yeah.
There are some things that I get that aren't really souvenirs, but whenever we go there, like I've gotten my wife like a couple rings from different jewelry stores. Like I got her this one like Irish ring, Celtic. It was like Celtic and like knotting, with a green emerald in it. I got it when we were at the in Epcot, and we were at the UK Pavilion, and they have the like Ireland section and all that stuff. Yeah. So I got her some of those like cool rings there. I mean, I've gotten her some like pens because she loves pens, and I get like the nice what are those things called? I get whatever, like those little additives that you can put on like bracelets and stuff. What are they
like
called?
Charms? Pendants?
Charms, but they're like the ones that go on pens and they're interchangeable. And I've got them engraved. So I've got those engraved for her. what else have I gotten her? I've gotten her like a bunch of, clothes and cups and coffee mugs. I have a teapot that we got when we were in China in Epcot. So I so when I go, I don't normally buy myself stuff. Like I'll buy her a ton of stuff. I'll buy my kids stuff. And then it's like at the end of the trip, my wife's like, "Aren't you gonna get anything?" I'm like, "Oh, I'll get a new coffee mug."
There you go, classic Chris.
Yeah, but the other year I did splurge and I bought myself a long sleeve, like very thin, like shirt that I think you've probably seen me wear, the Haunted Mansion one.
I have. You love it.
I do. It's so thin and it's so comfortable, and I got that for myself. And it was one of those like, oh, this is $45 for a shirt, but I got myself a large. And Stephanie's like, yeah. Make sure you get a large one because she's like, I want to be able to wear it. Because like I'm a little bit chunkier, around the midsection, so I got to get a large. And my wife likes those oversized clothes, so she can kind of she likes swimming in like some of my shirts because they're so baggy. Yeah,
I think a lot of girls like that when they wear their boyfriend's or husband's apparel.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, that was something else. But I do buy Stephanie a lot of like those, like you say, one-off trinkets and things like that.
Exactly. Like there's one that I really, really love is in that glass making kiosk off of the Germany pavilion in Epcot.
Yep.
You know how they have like steins, or there's like a little turnaround table where they have like glass slippers. Mm-hmm. That one caught my eye because my mom, she loves Cinderella, and her birthstone is the same as my birthstone, emerald, for May. And when I came across the emerald, like Cinderella shoe, it's not that big. It's probably like maybe 4 inches wide. I was like, oh, that would be so cool to get her for, just a gift in general. So I picked it up down there, and then I gave it to her, I think, for her birthday. This is like 4 or 5 years ago. And she still has it on her mantle in the master bedroom. So that's one of my favorite souvenirs that I picked up for someone else down in the park. But also, for me, even so, this is like a little bit of a different kind of souvenir. Since I'm a foodie, I love food. And so I sort of equate it to like, the food can also be my souvenir. Just like something I'm looking forward to that I have to get at least once a trip.
No, that's not a souvenir. A souvenir is something.
Yes, it is.
Home. No.
See, it gets in you. It becomes a part of you.
Nope.
Tonga toast.
Nope. That's
Tonga
not
toast is a souvenir.
Okay. So things though. So one of my favorite souvenirs I ever got, I think I was 12 years old or 13 years old. So like my parents, when we went, they would always be like, they would get us some stuff, but then there was always like, you could buy one big gift.
Sure.
So, I mean, we would get like those fun souvenir cups that like, flip tops with ices when we'd see the parades and things like that.
Yeah.
But we always were allowed to get one like bigger souvenir, not in the sense of size, but like cost. So I bought myself one year a pocket watch. That is,
ooh.
I brought it to work and I've shown you.
That's right. Yeah, that's a kicking pocket watch, man. I like that.
And so it's got a leather like little holster that it sits in. It has the Mickey head on there, and it has Mickey Mouse with his arms, moving. And this pocket watch, it wasn't working for years, and I was like, after meeting you and getting kind of like, oh yeah. So I was like, I replaced the battery, fixed it all up. And now it's working again, and it's really fun. It's like, oh man, I can't believe
wear it?
Huh? I don't wear it that often, just because I don't want it to get damaged. Sure. So other than that, no, I don't really wear it too much. But like I'll wear it sometimes, like when I when I brought it into the office and I wore it and I showed you and other people, kind of like someone like, but like I really don't want to damage it because it's one of those things I got when I was 12 years old with my family. Yeah, I really don't. It'd be one of those things that'd be cool to like pass on to my kids and be like, yep. Or my grandkids.
Yeah, definitely. My dad loves pocket watches or just watches in general, so he's a huge collector. I forget what watch collectors are called. I'm sure there's a term for it, but of course, him being also a huge Disney fan, Disney addict, he has a lot of Disney watches and pocket watches that he's purchased over the years and also repurposed. Like he also knows like the inner mechanisms of it. It's really, really cool to see him just go all out because when he puts his mind to something, he learns all about it. He becomes a master of that. So it's really cool to see. And he showed me all of his collection and how he like built some of these watches. But really, when it comes down to it, you cannot beat a classic Mickey watch with the arms as the hands. It's so good.
Yeah, it's definitely good. I mean, there have been some other times when me and my wife have gone down, and she knows I love watches. I really do like watches a lot. I don't wear them that often because one, watches are expensive, and a few of mine have broken, and I do love watches though.
Right.
But like, so whenever we would go down, my wife would be like, "Oh, just buy yourself a Disney watch." Like, I mean, you're spending $120, $150, $200 on a watch because
at least
they're expensive. I'm like, I mean, I really like the watch. And the thing is, like, when I wear watches, I would have a watch that would be my everyday watch. But then if I get like a nice watch, that would be like a Mickey watch that has like diamonds in it or like really nice metal or something like that, or gold inlay. It would be one of those like, this is what I wear when we're going out.
Sure. So when you get like a nice Mickey watch, do you want it to be apparent and easily like recognizable as a Mickey watch?
Subtle.
Okay, because I was about to say, when you get sort of that kind of quality, it's cool to have like maybe like a silhouette of Mickey's face.
Yeah, that's
like a small little thing that says, "Oh, this could be Disney," if you look really hard.
Yeah, so like there was one I got that I saw that I really, really wanted. My wife told me to get it. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. It was like $200 watch, and it was like one of those like narrow faced ones because I have a smaller wrist. I don't have like a big fat wrist, so like the round faces don't do too well on me. So I like those longer, narrow ones.
I think they're called tank watches. I think.
I forgot, but like the face of it. There was a silver inlay of like a Mickey head, but it was all blacked out. So like the silver outlay, unless you were like looking at the top of the watch, you wouldn't notice it. And there were like I think 3 or 4 diamonds, one on the 12, 6, 3, and 9.
Yeah, that's great.
And so like I really liked that one, and but it was like a $200 watch. So, and I was like,
hey, when in Rome.
And that's the thing, like, if I got a $200 watch, like, I would definitely wear it and keep it for a long time. And that would be one of those, like, I'm actually, like, getting dressed up. I would wear that one to, like, weddings, like, fancy dinners. Like, that wouldn't be one I'd wear on a regular day basis.
Sure, yeah. And I was sort of going down that, like Disney apparel or just accoutrements, if you will. I saw this really cool 7 Dwarfs tie clip that I wanted to get down there. It was really cool. Had all of them in a row, whistling while they were working or, hi-hoing. Didn't bring myself to get it because, again, I think it was like $75 or something. I'm like, oh, that's a lot for a tie clip. And I don't really wear ties all that much. Like I don't really dress up. And especially with the kind of work that we do, especially now, it's like, well, you don't really have to get dressed up to go to work. So it's like, I don't really go to a lot of functions.
And even when we go to work, we can go to work in clothes like this.
We can, I know, because no one's really seeing us, and we can still do a great job. So the tie clip, I really wanted, if it was discounted heavily, for sure. I also maybe would like some cool, like subtle Disney cufflinks, because I don't really think I own cufflinks. I really just
don't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're classic, just like really gentlemanly. So I think it'll be a nice addition, just to know that you're wearing them around.
See, the problem is, like, if I wore cufflinks, I would be hesitant to wear them because it's like, I couldn't bring myself to spend like $200 on cufflinks because it's like, I don't want to lose those things. It's not like a big old thing that's attached to my wrist. Like if that thing goes missing, you notice it.
You notice it right away.
Yeah.
No, I get that. But again, it's just cool to sort of deck yourself out, make you, looking good, feeling good.
So like one of the other things that I really like is like, I really do love hats as well. Like I am always wearing, like whenever I go out and it's just like I'm not working or whatever, and I'm just going out or whatever, I'm always wearing like a hat. Just because like when I did landscaping for years, for almost 11 years, and you always wore a hat outside because it would help you.
Makes sense.
And so like now I'm just used to always wearing a hat. Like I feel it's normal for me to go outside in a hat. Even if it's not sunny outside, I just have to wear one. And I like what Disney does. They have so many cool looking hats. Straight brimmed, curved, like funny, weird hats. I think
Goofy ears.
Yeah, I have. I think I have the goofy ears one. At my.
You know, you would look like a person who would have that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I've also. So I really like the kind of cool, fun hats, and they what they really do is they definitely cater to adults too with the hats. Like they'll make like Star Wars one, Marvel ones, you know, even like the Mickey Mouse ones. They'll make like look pretty cool.
Yeah,
so.
Agreed. And there was a point in my childhood. This was like early high school to mid high school. I was all about wearing ball caps. Loved wearing ball caps, and it was also because just of my current hairstyle at that time. I had a really long, like almost comb over going on.
You still
and my hair
like
went
comb over
a little bit. It's more like a nice. It's like a brushed up waspy wave, if you will.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, the bangs in the top were so much longer, and with my hair, the longer it gets, the wavier it is. And so I found to control that wave and to tame it, I would wear ball caps. You know, especially when you're down in the Floridian heat and humidity, like my hair just goes crazy the second it like just senses it. So I was all about ball caps for like a good 3 to 4 years. I collected quite a bit, and but now I can't really bring myself to wear it just because I enjoy the length of my hair to where it's like it's short enough to where it doesn't like frizz out and go crazy, and you know it feels like I don't always want to have hat hair, so that's why I don't really wear hats anymore. I'm now more into sunglasses if I need to like protect my eyes or to shade myself. But yeah, I definitely was big into hats, ball caps, things like that growing up. Yep.
No, I'm definitely into all that stuff. So, I think so. Like, there's those kind of things. Obviously, like T-shirts. I love some T-shirts and things like that.
Yep.
I mean, there's probably stuff I've bought over the years that I can't really remember too much.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Obviously, for me too.
But here's the thing. As an adult, I don't buy myself that much souvenirs. I tend to buy souvenirs for other people.
For other people.
More than anything else.
It's a circle of life, yeah.
But that's just how it is. All right, you guys. It was a fun time.
We're done.
There's obviously much more to talk about. We can have a whole fun discussion of what are the top things you should get when you go to Disney.
Ooh, yes. Maybe that'll be a next episode or a future episode. Let us know, you guys.
All right. We are going to talk to you guys later. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to everything that we have. And It was a pleasure. Greg, do you want to do a send-off for us?
I think so. This is my Disney Addiction Podcast, the only place where you get your Disney fix. Thanks again, everyone.